Hey there, travel enthusiasts, ready to explore the vibrant city of Barcelona? I'm your host now. And let's be honest, folks, you booked your trip to Barcelona for one reason and one reason only: tapas. Maybe it was the architecture, the beaches, the nightlife. Well, whatever your reason, get ready to dive into the top 10 must-see tourist attractions that will make your trip unforgettable. We're talking Gaudi, we're talking grub, we're talking Gaudi. Seriously, the man gets around. So grab your sangria, put on your comfy shoes because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of this amazing city. First up, we've got the big cheese, the head honcho of Barcelona attractions, the Sagrada Familia. This isn't just any old church, it's a masterpiece in the making. This architectural marvel has been under construction for over a century. That's right, more than 100 years of continuous building. Yeah, you heard that right, over 100 years. Imagine the dedication and vision it takes to keep a project going for that long. They started building this thing back when people thought handlebar mustaches were cool. We're talking about the late 1800s here, folks. At this rate, it might be finished by the time your grandkids visit, and even then, I wouldn't bet on it. The completion date keeps getting pushed back, but hey, who needs a finished product when you've got scaffolding and cranes that have become tourist attractions themselves? It's like a living, breathing construction site. Speaking of attractions, the Sagrada Familia's intricate facades and towering spires are truly a sight to behold. Each detail tells a story. I mean, Gaudi really went all out on this one, folks. His unique vision and creativity are evident in every nook and cranny. It's like he took every architectural style known to man, threw it in a blender and said, "Hold my beer, Barcelona." The result is nothing short of spectacular. And speaking of holding your beer, good luck getting a decent picture without a million tourists photobombing you. It's a popular spot, to say the least. It's like Times Square on steroids here. The crowds are part of the experience, adding to the vibrant atmosphere. But hey, that's all part of the charm, right? The hustle and bustle make it feel alive and dynamic. Now, if you're feeling really adventurous, you can actually climb to the top of the basilica for some breathtaking views of the city. It's a bit of a trek, but worth it, just be warned. The stairs are not for the faint of heart or the faint of lung. It's a workout. But think of it as part of the adventure. But trust me, the view from the top is worth every bead of sweat. You'll feel on top of the world. You'll be able to see all of Barcelona laid out before you. And you can finally say you've conquered the Sagrada Familia. It's an experience you'll never forget. Next up on our Barcelona adventure, we're heading to Park Güell, a whimsical wonderland designed by none other than the man himself, Antoni Gaudí. This park is a true testament to his genius and creativity. This place is like stepping into a Dr. Seuss book. If Dr. Seuss had a thing for colourful mosaics and undulating benches, every corner you turn, there's something new and magical to discover. Now, I gotta warn you, finding a spot in Park Güell without a million tourists in the background is like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but don't let that deter you. The vibrant energy of the crowd adds to the charm. It's tough, folks, but hey, that's just a testament to how awesome this place is. The more the merrier, right? Everyone's here to soak in the beauty and wonder of Gaudi's masterpiece. As you wander through the park, you'll be greeted by quirky sculptures, whimsical buildings, and, of course, those iconic mosaic benches that snake their way around the main plaza. Each piece tells a story, a fragment of Gaudi's vivid imagination. It's like Gaudi took all his leftover tiles from the Sagrada Familia and said, you know what, let's make a park. And what a park it is, filled with intricate details and vibrant colours. And speaking of parks, this one's got it all: stunning views of the city, lush gardens, and even a gingerbread house. Well, almost. Okay, it's not technically a gingerbread house, but it sure looks like one. The whimsical design makes you feel like you've stepped into a fairy tale. It's actually the park's caretaker's house, but let's be real, Gaudi probably designed it with Hansel and Gretel in mind. The playful architecture is a delight to behold. So grab your camera, strike your best pose, and try not to get trampled by the hordes of tourists. Capture the magic and make some unforgettable memories, because Park Güell is an experience you won't soon forget. Every visit offers something new to marvel at, even if you wanted to. The magic of Gaudi's Wonderland will stay with you long after you've left. All right, folks, it's time to hit the streets. And I'm not talking about just any streets, I'm talking about La Rambla, Barcelona's most famous boulevard. This bustling promenade is a feast for the senses, with street performers, flower stalls, and more tapas restaurants than you can shake a stick at. You'll find every kind of tapas imaginable here. Now, I'm going to give you some advice, my friend. Keep an eye on your wallet. La Rambla is notorious for pickpockets, and trust me, you don't want to be that tourist who gets their vacation ruined by a sticky-fingered thief. So be aware of your surroundings, keep your valuables close, and maybe invest in one of those money belts your dad swears by. They might not be the most stylish, but they sure are practical. But don't let the pickpocket warnings scare you off, folks. La Rambla is a must-see for any visitor to Barcelona. It's a place where history and modernity blend seamlessly. It's a great place to soak up the city's vibrant atmosphere. People watch to your heart's content and maybe even try some street food. From churros to empanadas, the options are endless. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the mind of Gaudí once again, and this time he's really outdone himself. This is Casa Batlló, a building so unique, so whimsical, so downright bizarre that it makes you wonder what Gaudí was putting in his morning coffee. Seriously, this place looks like a house straight out of a fairy tale. With its undulating facade, colourful mosaics and bone-like balconies, Casa Batlló is Gaudí at his most playful and imaginative. It's like walking into a kaleidoscope designed by a mad genius. All right, folks, we are taking a break from Gaudí for a moment. Don't worry, he'll be back. To explore the heart of old Barcelona, the Gothic Quarter. This labyrinthine neighborhood is a maze of narrow streets, hidden courtyards, and medieval architecture that will transport you back in time. Now, I'll be honest with you, getting lost in the Gothic Quarter is not only easy, it's practically a rite of passage. But trust me, it's all part of the fun. As you wander through the winding alleys, you'll stumble upon charming cafes, quirky shops, and historic landmarks that you never would have found if you were following a map. Just a word of advice, wear comfortable shoes. You'll be doing a lot of walking, and those cobblestone streets are no joke. Okay, sports fans, this one's for you. We're heading to Camp Nou, the home stadium of FC Barcelona, one of the most successful soccer clubs in the world. And even if you're not a die-hard fan, trust me, this place is impressive. We're talking a stadium that can hold over 99,000 screaming fans, a museum dedicated to the club's illustrious history, and a gift shop where you can buy everything from jerseys to keychains. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not exactly a soccer expert myself, but there's something about the electric atmosphere of Camp Nou that's contagious. It's like being at a rock concert, but instead of guitars and drums, you've got vuvuzelas and chanting. Get ready for a sensory overload, folks, because we're about to experience the magic of the magic fountain of Montjuïc. This iconic fountain puts on a dazzling display of water, light, and music that will leave you mesmerized. Seriously, it's like a rave, but with more water and fewer glow sticks. The fountain shoots jets of water high into the air, synchronized to music ranging from classical to pop to movie soundtracks. It's a spectacle that will appeal to all ages, unless you're a cat, in which case you're probably terrified right now. The best part, the show is completely free. Just find a spot on the steps leading up to the fountain, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And hey, if you're feeling romantic, this is a great spot to steal a kiss from your sweetheart. Just try to avoid getting hit by any stray water droplets. All right, folks, it's time to hit the beach. And no trip to Barcelona would be complete without a visit to Barceloneta Beach, the city's most popular stretch of sand. This is where you can work on your tan, take a dip in the Mediterranean Sea, or just relax and watch the world go by. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, you can even try your hand at some beach volleyball or paddleboarding. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, finding a spot to lay your towel on Barceloneta Beach can be a bit of a challenge, especially during the peak season. But hey, where there's a will, there's a way. Just be prepared to get up close and personal with your fellow beachgoers. Let's take a step back in time, shall we? We're heading up to Montjuïc Castle, a 17th century fortress that offers stunning panoramic views of Barcelona. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another castle? Really? But trust me, this one's worth the trek. Not only can you explore the castle's ramparts and dungeons, but you can also learn about its fascinating history. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even spot a dragon or two. Okay, maybe not, but a guy can dream, can't he? But seriously, the views from Montjuïc Castle are incredible. You can see all of Barcelona laid out before you, from the Sagrada Família to the sea. Get ready to be serenaded, folks, because our last stop is the Palau de la Música Catalana, a stunning concert hall that's as beautiful to look at as it is to listen to. Seriously, this place is a feast for the eyes. The acoustics are incredible. Even a tone-deaf person like myself would sound good singing in here. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 tourist attractions in Barcelona that you absolutely can't miss. Pack your bags, book your tickets, and get ready for an adventure of a lifetime. From the jaw-dropping architecture of Gaudí to the lively streets of La Rambla, Barcelona has something for everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more travel tips and guides. Adios!